Hey everybody, it's the Lotto King. How are you? Welcome to Saturday night. I'm here, I'm half drunk, and I got something to talk about this week. Last week, couldn't be with you. We went down Old Route 15 in Perry County and drove on the porn strip route, all the porn shops. There's a lot of horny people down there in Perry County. Uh, yeah, so I'm here, and hold on, let me check it. Don't talk, Siri. Scratch King kind of already had a video about this, and it's kind of topical. I got a Facebook comment from Rion Khan. This is actually a couple days ago. Friends, I'm going to share with you the same secret that a small handful of other people have used to win the lottery. Here's the link. Takes you to a Twitter, which then takes you to another page, and then it takes us to the Lotto Crusher. And we're going to go over what the Lotto Crusher is. It's a load of shite, but it's so bad that we're going to watch the entire presentation. It's like 20 minutes long. I'm going to give you my commentary along the way. Let's get your thoughts on this. It's bad, but I mean, I don't know if it's not fake. It's not going to do what it's going to do. I think anyone can do, I'm sure, probably what's in it, but yeah, there's enough gullible people out there that would fall for it, but I'm going to show you the tactics that they go through to try to get you to buy this. It's quite pricey, but it'll help you win the lottery. And if you're watching this, we all want to win the lottery. We don't want to have to work, and that's kind of what this guy goes through. So here you go. I'm going to get this rolling, and we're going to watch this. Okay, folks, so this took me to the Lotto Crusher, and as you can see up here, there's a little bit of urgency. This site's going to be taken down in 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 45 seconds to give you some time to think about it. Now, I watched this morning about 7 a.m., so obviously it's not taken down, but they got the sense of urgency right there. High schools will have 2 PTAs. They get some newspaper in the background. You know, it looks cool. Got a 100% money back guarantee. We'll learn about that here shortly. You can use your Amex even, which is great. And here's a video that's going to tell us all about it. Let's watch it. This is long, so here we go. Check this guy out.
Well, hi there. I guess it's pretty obvious I won the lottery. But I didn't win it just one time. I developed a secret number system that is so successful, I've won the lottery 5 times in the past 3 months.
Shit.
My system is so successful, I've actually had a convenience store owner hold a gun to my head when I went in to collect the lottery winnings last time. I mean, crazy, right?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Now, I want to tell you all about it. Why don't you come on inside?
All right, let's go.
The neighbors are already asking how I can afford all these new
bet.
cars.
Look at this house.
That's better. Like I said, I couldn't believe I was actually being held at gunpoint by a convenience store owner.
That's
I mean,
nuts.
aren't they the ones to get held up, not the other way around?
That's right. It's usually
But
like
there
that.
I was, standing in an empty Quick Mart
This
with
is
a gun
reenactment.
pointed at my head. The man said he was on to me, and even though he didn't know exactly how, I had to be doing something fishy. He said he just couldn't believe there was any way for a person to win the lottery 5 times in 3 months, period, let alone from his single store. Well, I tried to tell him I wasn't cheating or doing anything illegal or breaking any rules, that I just had a simple system I was using, and that it happened to work incredibly well. Heck, I even offered to share it with him, but he was so mad he just wouldn't listen. Honestly, I was afraid I was about to die. I hate to think of what would have happened
crazy.
if a group of teenagers hadn't come into the store right then, forcing that raving mad business owner to put away his gun.
He probably would
But
have
as soon
shot
as
you
they
in the
did, I ran for my life, burning rubber out of the parking lot toward the safety of my home. Until that day, I'd been on such a high. I mean, I'd won more than $324,000 in the last 4 months just by playing the lotto and using a simple system I'd created to predict winners. I'd settled all my debts, some of which have been haunting me for years. I'd taken my family to Disney World for 2 weeks where we stayed in their royalty suite and really did live like kings. I've been able to buy my 2 sons all the clothing they've been wanting for years, new basketball shoes, top-of-the-line bikes, everything. I'd even closed on the house of my dreams in this beautiful, quiet neighborhood with the best school district in the entire
that's
county.
really not his daughter.
But having that gun pointed to my head snapped me back to reality in a hurry. I realized if I was going to keep using this breakthrough system I'd created and keep building long-term wealth by putting more and more money in the bank with it, I'd need to start being a lot more careful. Because here's the truth. Once you know how to crack the Lotto code, which is what I want to share with you in a short video, there are going to be a lot of people who aren't happy about it. As you hold winner after winner for months at a time, you'll have to start rotating the convenience stores where you buy your tickets because the owners hate having to pay out cash from their registers. And even when you win the larger prizes, 4,000, 14,000, maybe 140,000 or so, these store owners and managers still won't be happy. They become afraid the state will start investigating them and trying to figure out what makes their store so special. That's the thing, though. It has nothing to do with their store and everything to do with how you're picking your numbers.
That's right.
That's the secret to how I've managed to win the Lotto 5 times the last 3 months and 14 times the last 2 years.
Shit.
These winners weren't all major jackpots, by the way. Some of the tickets were for just $8,000 or $14,000.
Oh, it's chunky.
Not enough to make you rich.
That's right.
But certainly enough to make your life a heck of a lot better. And it's the same secret a handful of other people have used to do the same thing once I shared it with them. People like Remy P. from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Go. I love this guy.
Thank you for changing my life. This month, I've already hit the Lotto 3 times for $13,200, $120,182, and $38,492 respectively. Some months aren't quite as crazy as this, but regardless, I've been averaging around $22,000 per month, and it's all thanks to your system.
Hell yeah,
Speaking of your system, I still just can't believe how easy it is to use. Even a toddler can use it. I'm glad you're not going to share this information with too many people, because if you did, I think the lottery probably would go out of business.
That's what I'd be afraid of.
And Ricky W. of Palm Beach, Florida.
I can't believe it.
Look at this guy.
5 wins of $5,000 or more over the last 3 months. If you'd have told me a few months ago that I'd be winning like this, I would have said you were crazy. But your formula is so easy to use, and it's so insanely accurate. Now I know that me and my family will be financially set for life.
Good for you.
And Dennis R. of Redlands, California, who says,
when a friend of mine shared your website with
this
me,
guy.
I thought he was nuts. There's no system to beat the lottery, I told him. You're crazy. But after watching him hit his 3rd jackpot in 6 months for a total of more than $1,242,000 in winnings, I started to think that maybe he wasn't so crazy after all. So I gave this a try, and my God, I'm happy I did. I just hit my first jackpot for $124,000. And it's only been 29 days. I can't wait to keep winning.
Now, as a professionally trained statistician, if you'd asked me just 3 years ago if there was some secret to winning the lottery multiple times or to actually know in advance what the winning numbers would be, I'd have probably laughed in your face and called you a fool. I mean, I did know the games all had to be beatable because they'd been designed by humans and therefore impossible for them to be flawless.
True.
But if winning the lottery not just once, but even multiple times was so easy, then we'd all be millionaires, right?
Right.
Well, up until just a few years ago, I'd never even bought a lottery ticket in my life. I'm serious. I always just thought it was a waste of money. But all that changed in October of 2011.
That's 5
the
years
Powerball
ago.
jackpot had just hit $324
Oh shit,
million.
is he going to win the Powerball
and
jackpot?
As the night of the drawing arrived, it seemed like it was all anyone was talking about on the news or at work. Now, my job had some stability, but it didn't pay much. And I was also carrying a lot of debt on my shoulders. Something that constantly seemed to be weighing my family down and holding us back from getting ahead in life.
Good job.
And I always did feel like I was just scraping by. I certainly never was in a position to buy or even drive a fancy sports car or to live in a nice home where I felt like my family would be both comfortable and safe. Some months I wasn't even sure about where the money would come from to pay for my kids' school supplies or to put 3 healthy meals on the table.
Probably should have tried
my wife was working 2 jobs, completely exhausted, and swears it caused her to age faster than normal.
What a dick.
I mean, we weren't desperately poor, but we were struggling. And of course, like so many other Americans, I was tired of it.
What did you spend?
So I decided, what the heck?
2 jobs. Where
and
do
I
you
spent
work at?
$20 for 10 Lotto tickets at the local convenience store.
Not that there's anything wrong with
that. You're going to laugh, but out of the 10 tickets I bought, I'd only picked one number correctly.
Oh, I can't believe that.
I remember thinking, there goes $20 down the drain.
Oh, shit.
Then I watched the news people interviewing the woman who had won. She was an elderly lady from Central Florida, sobbing with joy and talking about all the wonderful things she planned to do with her newfound riches. And after that, it was back to the grind.
Yeah,
working hard for not enough money and rarely seeing my wife because of her 2 jobs, trying to give our kids a normal life even though their mom and dad were always either at work or exhausted. But even though I hadn't won, there was something that kept nagging at me. Why is it there are a small handful of people who've won the lottery multiple times while the rest of us never seem to ever win? I mean, I don't know about you, but it seemed like I was always hearing stories about these incredibly lucky people who'd hit their 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or even 7th ticket. The headlines were everywhere. It seemed kind of weird to me that this was going on, that there was this tiny group of people in this country who were really, really lucky. I looked at the probability of all this, by the way, and saw that for any 6-pick type game, the odds of winning are about 1 in 13 million. Obviously, those aren't great odds, but they just made me even more curious about what these multi-winners were doing that I wasn't. I mean, did they have some sort of lotto winning secret? Did they know something that the rest of us didn't? I just had to know. It was causing me to lose sleep at night. So over the next 6 months, I did something pretty crazy and started picking up the phone and giving them a call.
Bullshit.
At first, a lot of these folks are pretty guarded. After all, once you've won hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in the lottery,
did you get their phone number?
A lot of people want to be your friend.
Exactly.
But they may not all have the best of intentions. That's actually something you're going to need to remember, because after I show you how my winning numbers system works and you start winning a pretty good size payout nearly every month, $5,000 here, 14 or so there, you're going to have a lot of friends and family and neighbors and even complete strangers trying to ask you for money, especially if you're not careful and you don't keep a low profile. So please, make sure you're smart about your winnings. Turned out, most of these multi-winners were actually pretty good folks. After I explained to them who I was and that I was just curious because I was a mathematician but wasn't after their newly earned wealth.
You're a statistician, you're not a mathematician.
Most of them had no problem spilling the beans and letting me write down what their secret was. It was really interesting. Of the 30 different multi-winners I talked to, 27 of them had a personal formula or method that they swore was the key to hitting 4, 5, even 6 numbers on a draw. What was also really fascinating was while that none of these folks were using the exact same method, the more I looked at my notes and studied each formula or system they'd given me, the more I started to realize they all shared some important similarities. Well, being a statistician and a total math nut, I began crunching numbers like you wouldn't believe. I took their different formulas and played around with them, combining key elements of each and adding a few additional principles of probability that would increase the chances of predicting a winner even more. I became obsessed with reviewing the winning draws for the different major lotteries each night to see if the formula I was slaving over showed any promise. For a good long while, about a year in total, I didn't have anything to show for my hard work. And then it happened. I was on the 127th variation of the formula I just used to try to predict the winning numbers for the most recent Fantasy 5 draw. As usual, I went online to check what the real winning numbers were, but what I saw made my heart stop. The system I've been working on had accurately predicted every single number, all 5 of them. At first, I was actually really, really mad. If I'd only bought a ticket using my numbers, I would have won $229,881. That sucked. And I was kicking myself for being stupid until I realized something. The formula I created and perfected for nearly 2 years seemed to have worked.
Tell me more.
Of course, it could have been a fluke, so I had to keep testing.
I bet you it was.
But you better believe I didn't just watch from the sidelines anymore. Instead, I took about $40 and bought tickets for several different popular games like Mega Millions, Powerball, Fantasy 5. And sure enough, 4 days later, bam, there it was. I was holding a $5,200 winner right in my hand. And another 10 days after that, bam, there it was again. I'd hit 4 numbers plus the Powerball for a prize of $10,000. 20 days after that, I really hit the big time when I nailed another Fantasy 5 ticket worth just under $200,000. Thank God I actually bought the ticket this time. It was incredible. I couldn't believe what was happening, and it didn't seem real until I drove down to the state lottery office, collected my checks, and put them in the bank. I probably don't have to tell you how good that felt. To suddenly not having to worry about money anymore. To be able to pay off your debts, buy an Escalade for your wife, or a Ferrari for yourself,
Escalade.
or really any car you've ever
That's
wanted.
so 2008.
And to see the looks on their faces at the dealership when they ask me to run a credit check, and you say, nah, I'll just go ahead and pay cash. Or to become a hero for your whole family. To suddenly make more in a few months for playing the Lotto than you've earned in the last 10 years working 40 hours. Heck, even 60 or 80 hours per week. Well, over the next few months, I kept using my formula, and I won 2 more times. No, I wasn't making millions and millions of dollars.
You're doing okay,
but I was hitting prizes worth anywhere from a few thousand to a few $100,000, and that was okay by me. The Lotto officers started to look at me funny as I made the trip to see them every few weeks. I think they were half amused, half concerned, but they couldn't do anything about it. They knew, just like you do, that it's impossible to cheat the lottery, and I wasn't doing anything unethical or wrong. I had simply taken the common elements in each of the 27 multi-winners formulas. I studied what seemed to be so special about them, modified them using additional probability theory, and turned them into a plug-and-play lottery winning system. I nicknamed it the Lotto Crusher system. And once you start using it to win lotteries, you can achieve whatever you want in life. It's something anyone can do, even if you have trouble with basic math. It doesn't matter. It's so easy to use. You simply track the winning numbers for your favorite games, plug them into my little formula, and find out what numbers have the highest probability of winning the next draw. That's exactly what Lenny S. of Scranton, Ohio did.
Success!
Look at this
Everett, this is so amazing. Even though this is my 3rd time winning this month, I still get shocked by how easy your formula is to use. Seriously, you're not lying when you say it does all of the work for you. I just pop the winning numbers in using the formula you share, and it gives me winners.
Now, it's important you understand, you're not going to win every time. You also may not win the Powerball jackpot next week.
Why not?
Sorry.
How about you get back to the drawing there, board?
But if you're okay with winning $5,200, $12,800, or $30,000 or so on tickets you buy on a regular basis, and occasionally hit a small-sized jackpot with between $240,000 and $2 million over the course of 3 to 6 months, then the Lotto Crusher system I created will work perfectly for you.
Shit.
Okay, so you're probably pretty anxious to know how my secret formula works. I'll give you all the details right now.
All right, go ahead.
First, start writing down the previous winning numbers for each of the games you want to play. I personally recommend you get a fresh legal pad to use exclusively for this purpose. Second, once you have the winning numbers for at least 7 previous draws, which you can look up online in a couple of minutes, you can plug them into the simple formula I teach you inside the Lotto Crusher system. This formula is based on tons of complex math, but I've done all the hard work for you. So you just basically need to add and divide a few numbers. Use a calculator if you want.
I need a calculator because I'm
dumb.
But
even most 8-year-olds will be able to do this mentally without any problems. Third, go buy your tickets based on the winning numbers my formula gives you.
All right.
Virtually every single lottery game in the world is based on the same mathematical principles, which means the formula you'll receive works for all of them. So play as many games as you want. But don't spend more than $20 or $30 because there's no reason to. Fourth, you may find you won only a small prize, a few $1,000s or so the first time. Or you may not win the first time at all. Either way, don't get discouraged.
All right.
The numbers don't lie. And it's only a short matter of time until you are going to hit. Number 5, as a good rule of thumb, you should target winning once or twice per month for a payout of around $20,000.
That's cool.
Some months you may only win $10,000. And other months, you may hit a bunch of wins or a jackpot and find yourself cashing a check for $200,000. Winning a jackpot is an incredible feeling, but I think it's important to set realistic expectations. So I say shoot for $20,000 or so per month.
You just told us
Sixth,
that.
keep repeating for as long as you want.
Oh, why would
this
I
can
quit?
become your full-time job, and you'll be amazed at the long-term consistency.
So the
all Lotto games in the world have the same principles. So this will always work for you, even if a particular game retires or a new one hits the streets.
Yeah.
That's really it.
That's it.
Although, like I mentioned before, I do recommend you try to keep a low profile. Go to different convenience stores so you don't anger the owner and get a gun pulled on you like I did.
That's freaking
It's probably also a good idea to hire a financial planner and an accountant after your first few wins. They'll help you make sure you're investing your hundreds of thousands or millions
But
smartly,
why?
so you can turn your cash prizes into even more money.
Why do I need to invest?
Right, and also, you might want to donate some of the money you make to charity or
now
good
we're
cause.
Gonna be
Not at first,
charitable.
because you might be more focused on making lump cash payments to settle any possible debts, or buying a new house, or getting your spouse a new Lexus, or taking your kids on vacation. But once you've won your 6th, 7th, 10th, heck, even your 15th lotto over a couple of years, I just think it's important to not get greedy and to give a little back to a deserving charity.
That's
one of the most important lessons I've learned after being pretty wealthy now is to give back and help those who are less fortunate. Otherwise, after you've reached a certain amount in the bank, you have everything you could possibly want, money in the bank would just be a number.
Exactly.
Trust me, giving back will provide more satisfaction than having everything in the world.
Is your wife still working?
So by now you're probably wondering how to get your hands on the Lotto Crusher system.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a lot of friends and family ask me that same question. And for a while, I was debating what would be the best way to share this information. Ultimately, what I decided was to take my formula, along with some other tips and pieces of inside info that I've gathered over the years, and put them into an online guide that folks could read and download right from their computers, tablets, smartphones, or even print out copies. I think that by giving you access to the same formula I've used to hit several major winning tickets over the past 3 years, it can sort of be my version of giving back, which, as I mentioned, is pretty important to me. Plus, I remember how awful it was to feel like you're financially struggling. Like you're always getting hammered with bills, and there's always some unexpected expense popping up that makes you go, where are we going to find the money for this?
Shut
Not
your
saying
mouth.
that's you, because truthfully, I don't know.
So I'll go play the lottery.
But what I am saying is, I remember how much it hurt to always be saying no to my children when they tried to put a $4.50 box of brand name cereal in the cart while we were grocery shopping. Or if they brought a $9 action figure to the checkout line and having to tell them no because I simply couldn't buy it for them and risk not being able to pay our electric bill.
I bet you he's
and
like
I love that feeling of financial security I now experience on a daily basis.
Like a used car salesman.
I love the new car smell of all my luxury vehicles. And I love that each of my children's college funds now have over $65,000 in them.
They're going to get
cash that's completely safe and that will provide them with an incredible head start for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
The Lotto Crusher system is only available here on this website, and I can't let too many people know it exists because while I do want to give
feel bad about airing this on my YouTube channel.
If everyone had access to this incredibly simple but proven formula,
because I swear, if any one of my viewers
seriously
actually
shut
go
down
and buy
the
this,
whole lottery system in the U.S.,
I'd be very
and
saddened.
then none of us could win. Up until now, I've had it priced here at $250. Now that may sound like a lot, but if you're winning even just $4,000 in your first month, which is less than most people who've used this system, then you can see why $250 is a pretty small investment. But like I said, I had priced it at $250.
You're feeling like
that was in the beginning. But today, I'm going to do something a little bit crazy.
What?
After that, this website goes down and no one else can get it because, like I mentioned before, we can't have too many winners here.
I call bullshit because this website was on like 10 hours ago.
124 people have already gotten their hands on this guide, accessed it immediately online, and used it to win anywhere from tens of thousands to even a couple $1 million in the past 6 months. And I'm starting to get a little nervous that the lottery corporations are going to come after me for sharing this with people, even though it's 100% legal and it's not doing anything wrong. That's why I've decided to slash the price of the Lotto Crusher system even more, so that you don't have to pay $250 for instant access to the life-changing information inside. And make it available to you today for just $197.
Whoa!
You can get it now by clicking the Add to Cart button you see below the screen here. But if you do want to crush the lottery and start winning on a full-time basis, it really is important that you act right now. Oh, and one final thing I should tell you. Over the last 6 months, as I've been talking to people who are using the Lotto Crusher to make a 6-figure income buying about $30 or $40 per week in tickets, they've been telling me that there are some other websites on the internet that also talk about winning the lottery.
There's got to be scams. This seems
But they're saying that a lot of these sites are run by people who have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, not like this guy.
Well, you've heard my story. and saw proof with your own eyes
Did I?
that the results I've gotten
really.
are 100% real.
You didn't really tell me
and
shit.
that the repeat winnings of people I've helped this far are 100% real. But because I know
You're an
trust
asshole.
is big, I'm also going to go one step further
Alright,
and
well,
offer you a
maybe.
100% money-back
that's
guarantee.
amazing
That's
right
good
there.
for a full 60
Who
days.
wants to go in with
And here's
me?
how it works.
197.
You simply click the Add to Cart button that you see below this presentation now. And once you do that and enter your information via the secure checkout page, you'll be taken to a special members-only area where you get instant access to the Lotto Crusher system.
Members only.
You can view the tips, the advice, and the winning
members-only
predictive
websites I
formula
belong
right
to.
from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. You can download it, print it out, whatever you choose to do. And then just follow the steps I'll tell you inside.
All right.
Try out the system for a full 60 days at absolutely no risk. I already know you're going to get some big wins here.
I know.
But I also
I'm a
know
little
that seeing
hesitant.
is believing, which is why I want you to experience the magic of holding winner after winner for yourself. So if for any reason you're not happy with your decision over the next 2 months, or if you only average $6,000 per month and you want to be making more, simply send an email to the address I'll give you inside the members-only area, and I'll immediately refund you. So really, what do you have to lose?
It's true.
You're basically just saying maybe to a lottery prediction system that's already helped over 124 other people just like you to make an average of 6 figures in the last 6 months. If you change your mind, that's fine. You get your investment returned immediately.
I bet
I don't
it's
think
immediately.
that's going to happen,
easy,
though, because the Lotto Crusher system has been proven to work again and again and again. It takes the best elements from some of the most successful repeat Lotto winner systems and combines them into a formula that's more powerful than any of those systems alone. Look, ultimately the choice is yours. But can you really see any reason not to change your life today? If not, then go ahead and make your move now, and you'll have access to the entire system in about 2 minutes. It's that easy. Thanks for listening. Here's to a life of wealth, health, and happiness.
But it gets better if we sit here just a little.
Hey, are you still here?
I am.
Well, that's okay. I understand you may still have some questions, and I'll do my best to answer them now so that you can feel 100% comfortable with your investment. I'd rather feel
comfortable before we do this.
Isn't the lottery completely random?
That's what I thought.
Nope. That's the thing a lot of people get confused by. The lottery isn't completely random. Instead, it's a game designed by humans, which means that ultimately it has to be beatable.
Is it?
That's why you hear about people finding flaws in the lotto and making a fortune as a result. A few years ago, a group of MIT students did just that and won about $8 million. They got in trouble, but they weren't even doing anything wrong. They just found a mistake. There are actually a lot of stories like that, but it's important to remember what I'm showing you is completely legal and ethical and not cheating. It may feel kind of weird when you win so often, but you're not doing anything wrong.
So I can go to
How
church
did you come up with the Lotto Crusher system again? What I did was study 27 of the secret formulas from repeat Lotto winners. I analyzed each of these formulas and realized they all shared some common things. So then I took the common elements from these 27 systems, combined them with some advanced statistical probability theory, and created my own formula. It took me more than a year to perfect this, and I actually had tried 126 different variations before I finally found the one that works. How do I use the Lotto Crusher system to win the lottery multiple times?
How?
First, you track winning numbers for the games you love to play. These can be found online, so you can get a good sample size pretty quickly. Then you enter those numbers into the formula you get in the Lotto Crusher system, and it predicts a new set of winning numbers. You're not going to win the lotto every time. But this is all about probability theory.
Kind of
By using this formula, you increase your chances of winning from unlikely to extremely high. How much money can I expect to win using the Lotto Crusher system?
You said $20,000 a month.
I like to tell people to expect an average about $20,000 per month.
That's crazy.
There are some months where you won't win that much, and other months where you win a lot more.
How am I supposed to pay my bills?
You'll be targeting about 2 decent-sized wins per month. One thing that's nice about this system is that you generally don't just get 1 or 2 numbers right. It predicts between 4 and 6. That means the prizes you'll win tend to be a lot higher than just a few $100s. What are the terms of the guarantee
You already
again?
told me.
That one's pretty simple.
days.
You get the Lotto Crusher system for
This
yourself
guy
right
will
now
send my
by
money
hitting the
back.
Add to Cart button you see at the
Probably
bottom
gives
of
us
the
his
screen.
phone number. We
Then
can
use the
call
system
him.
for 2 full months and see just how much money it will make you. If for any reason you change your mind, just send me an email and I'll instantly
Just send
refund
him
your
an
investment
email.
with no questions asked.
I bet we
You
get
have
his
2
email.
full months. How do I get the Lotto Crusher
Click
system?
down here, everybody.
Simple.
Add to cart.
Click the Add to Cart button that you see below. You'll then have instant access to my guide, my formula, my winning tips, everything you need to start hitting big tickets for big payouts.
I'm
It's
buzzed
that
as shit
simple.
right now, but I'm ready to hit the add to cart. This presentation is controversial. Okay, everybody, that's the end of that. But now watch when we try to leave. Watch. Wait. Are you sure you want to leave the page? I'd rather read the special report. Let's read the special report. It's gonna tell us about the guy getting hit with gunpoint. But wait. Look, we get our final chance. They're gonna take it down to $147. We'll never see the discount again. But I was here 10 hours ago and I also got the discount. This website is a load of shit. And then it takes cash. That's crazy. Crazy. That took so long to watch, I have to get a cookie because it was crazy. I can't feel my face right now. But anyway, so there's the Lotto Crusher system. Don't you dare go pay those people that douchebag money because he's an a-hole. The Lotto King, no. But that's my review of the Lotto Crusher system. It seems like a load of shit. I've dealt with how to beat the slots. I never purchased it, but I was on a forum, and then one guy came on there, and he gave it to senior members, because I was a senior member. It was a stinking rich machine, you know, stinking rich, if you're playing in casinos a lot, you know, you can stop it with your fingers and stuff, and it had to do with, like, moving your fingers on the screen. It was the dumbest thing ever, and I pretty much told the guy that, but he said that it worked. So yeah, no, you're not winning the lottery. The lottery is designed to them to make money. It's not to make us make money. I mean, I won $100 earlier. You saw I took 20. It's funny. I gave it to the guy. It was his birthday. I told him, I'm like, look, I spent $20. I'm like, I bought 10 more Find 50s. I'm like, if you can find $50, we'll split it 50-50. He actually found the Find 50. So then between the rest of the tickets, we ended up splitting $60. So I got $30. I had $30. I lost on that 30. Then I went back and bought another 80, and I ended up winning $5. So that's the truth and reality of the lottery. I mean, I didn't care. I was just like, what the hell? I'll let it ride, and I lost. But this dumb guy, who's a used car salesman by day, his wife's working 2 jobs. She's probably at the IHOP at night. She works the overnight shift. And then she's like a freaking school cafeteria worker during the day. And this a-hole's out going buying freaking lottery tickets trying to win money. And then he uses this system. He's supposedly a mathematician / statistician. Which, isn't that really 2 different things? I don't know. I can't feel my face right now. Maybe it is the same thing. But I call shenanigans. The Lotto King does not provide... Yeah. It does not approve of the Lotto Crusher machine system. Oh, goodness. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to get so many thumbs down. I get thumbs down lately on like every video. It makes a Lotto King sad. Even when I won $50, you got a thumbs down. How can you dislike? It's like, what a shit. You hear that? You dislike her? That shit. I really don't care because I'm still making money from this channel. I'm actually making pretty good money from this channel, so whatever. You can thumbs down me. I still got my cookie to eat here. White chocolate macadamia. But anywho, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. PA Scratch King's gonna beat me, but I'd like to do a giveaway of some sorts. But I don't know. I get like 1 or 2 subscribers a day, and then it just kind of shits the bed, and then nothing happens. I can see why. Who the heck would want to sit here and watch over a half hour of content on a Saturday night? You should be out getting drunk and crunk out in the town, possibly playing scratchers. or yeah, things that you do on a Saturday night. I don't. Ollie's over there in the window, but I don't because I just, yeah, my week is nuts as it is. I'll not throw my money away on that. All that stuff. And with like Tinder and stuff, if I want to get a chick over here, she'll come over. You don't need to buy her a drink anymore. You just click, you swipe her yes, and she comes over. It's, you know what I'm saying, Ollie? You know what I'm saying? Ollie's over in the window looking at me. But yeah, anywho's. So, yeah. Okay, so you don't buy the lottery crusher machine. It's bullcrap, and yeah. All right, thanks so much for watching. We're gonna keep rolling with the book tomorrow, and I think we finish it out on Monday. So come back then to see how we make out. Thanks for watching. Have a great Saturday night, and I will see you all next week, most likely. See ya.
I think you're drunk or something.
I'm going to call the police.